Just imagine traveling to one of the most remote places on Earth, Antarctica. But buried beneath all of that ice sits something Hydra has been quietly building for years. This is the Charteris base in Marvel Rivals. And honestly, the more time you spend walking through this place, the more you start to realize something strange is really happening here. Because this isn't just a battlefield in Marvel Rivals, it's a fully operational Hydra facility. And every single section of this base tells you a little bit more about what Hydra has been working on beneath this ice. The first place that you find yourself, obviously, is the frozen airfield. This is where you arrive. This is the surface level of this base, Hydra's main point of entry and logistics hub. And right away, you start to notice just how organized everything feels in here. There's a monitoring station sitting right in the center of this airfield and constantly tracking activity across this base. Not just that, but Hydra terminals here report everything is operating normally, but clearly that's not the case anymore. Because according to the base and all the alerts going off, intruders have already been detected. You know why? Because Captain America and Hawkeye have arrived. And suddenly this base is on high alert. But if you slow down and look around this airfield, you start to see just how big Hydra's operation really is. There's a transport section specifically designed to move super soldier cryostasis units across this base. And on top of that, large cargo shipments are scattered all over the place. And throughout the airfield, you can see models and schematics showing the same strange weapon designs appearing again and again. Because whatever Hydra is building here is clearly something important. But the airfield also reveals something else that's interesting. From here, you can actually see how this base is structured. The super soldier factory actually sits below this level, and deeper beneath the ice lies the area where Hydra has been mining something called chronovium. But before we get there, the next section of this base starts to reveal what Hydra has really been working on, and it's slightly disturbing. Because as you move deeper into the Charteris base, the tone of the environment changes completely, because the next area is Hydra's infamous super soldier laboratory. And the first thing you notice here are the cryostasis units lining the walls of this facility. Each one contains a potential super soldier in the making. Hydra has always been obsessed with creating enhanced soldiers, but looking around this room, it's clear that these experiments aren't going smoothly. Because scattered across the labs are broken cryostasis capsules, and like clockwork, many of them are being dumped directly into molten lava beneath the factory floor, which is suggesting that Hydra is working tirelessly and sparing no expensive soldiers to get this weapon created. If you look around the laboratory equipment, you see warning messages that appear across some monitors. They read, "Results may be unpredictable. Failed subjects must be disposed of permanently." This is not exactly reassuring, but the real centerpiece of this lab sits right in the middle of the room. A massive containment tank. Inside the tank, barely visible through this liquid, you can see the silhouette of something far larger than a normal human. Far larger than the average super soldier. And once you notice the pipes running through the room, the setup starts to make sense. Each cryostasis capsule connects to the incubation chamber that feeds directly into the central tank, which makes it look like Hydra isn't just creating super soldiers here. They're turning them into something else, something bigger, something stronger. And judging by the destroyed capsules around the room and inside the lava, they're still trying to figure out how to make this work. The lab itself feels like it's been left in a hurry. Green experimental fluid spilled across the desk. Weapon lockers are left wide open with oversized Hydra rifles and warheads. Robotic machinery still sits damaged and half operational. It looks like whatever was happening here was interrupted. And one detail stands out more than anything else on this map. One cryostasis capsule, labeled Canary. Unlike the other ones though, this one is broken open, which indicates Bucky Barnes escaped. The Winter Soldier has left the building and was successfully rescued. But this isn't where things end, because the deeper you explore the Charteris base, the more you start to notice the ideology behind everything Hydra is building here. In one of the command areas sits a massive Hydra statue. And if you look closely at the sculpture, each tentacle of the Hydra symbol holds the head of a different hero. You got Captain America, you got Thor, you got Black Panther, you got Iron Man, even Spider-Man. It's not subtle. Hydra isn't just building weapons here. They're building propaganda. Throughout the base, you can find posters and screens and documents repeating the same message. Hail Hydra, cut off a limb and two more shall take its place, blase blah. Meeting tables are covered in scattered files and Hydra propaganda. Hydra isn't just experimenting here. They're literally preparing for war. But the deeper you go into the Charteris base, the stranger things get. Because the lowest level of this facility is something that Hydra may not fully understand themselves. See, at the bottom of this base lies the Eldritch Monument. And this is where Hydra has been mining chronovium, a rare crystal formed from the disruption of time itself with the time stream entanglement. See, Hydra believes that this energy can be used to power their super soldier program. But during their mining operation, they discovered something else here. And it's obvious, a massive structure buried beneath the ice. But it's not just any structure. See, it's a dark portal connected to something ancient. Standing near the monument, strange voices echo through the chamber. Release us. And on top of that, the walls surrounding this monument begin to glow as the gateway connects to the ground. As the pillar lowers to the floor, in the distance, you can see a massive Hydra creature. And whatever Hydra discovered down here clearly wasn't a part of the original plan, but I think they intend to make it so. So when you step back and you look at the entire Charteris base, it becomes clear that this place is more than just a battleground. It's a fully operational Hydra facility where multiple experiments are happening at the same time. You got super soldiers being created, you got chronovium energy being mined from deep beneath the ice, and somewhere in the depths of this base, something ancient may be waking up. And when you start to notice all of these things, the Charteris base feels less like a military outpost and more like the beginning of something Hydra may not be able to control. So the next time you're playing on this map, slow down, take a breath, and understand the gravity of your success or your failure, because the fate of time, space itself is in your hands.